I thought I had it all figured out. A beautiful wife, a thriving business, and a future that looked brighter than I ever imagined possible. My name is David Mitchell, and for 7 years, I believed I was living the American dream. My wife, Amanda, was everything I'd ever wanted. Intelligent, charming, with a smile that could light up any room. We'd met in college, married young, and built our life together from scratch. 3 years ago, I started a commercial real estate firm with my college buddy, Trevor Hastings. Trevor was charismatic, driven, and had connections that opened doors I couldn't have opened alone. We were brothers in arms, conquering the business world together. Our company, Hastings and Mitchell Properties, was finally turning serious profit. Amanda seemed happy. She worked as a marketing consultant from home, which gave her flexibility. Her best friend, Nicole Chin, was a constant presence in our lives. Nicole was single, vivacious, and had been Amanda's roommate before we got married. She came over every weekend, sometimes staying until past midnight, drinking wine with Amanda while I worked in my home office. I noticed Nicole always laughed a little too hard at my jokes. She'd touch my arm when she spoke to me, lean in close when showing me something on her phone. Amanda would watch us with an unreadable expression, then pull Nicole away for girl talk in the kitchen. It was sometime around February when things started changing. Nicole stopped coming over. Just like that, no more weekend visits, no more impromptu dinners, no more wine-fueled laughter echoing through our house. When I asked Amanda about it, she waved her hand dismissively. "Oh, you know how girlfriends are. We had a little disagreement. Nothing serious. We just need some space." But Amanda's behavior shifted too. She became glued to her phone, angling the screen away whenever I entered a room. She started taking calls in the bathroom, the garage, anywhere I wasn't. Her work projects suddenly required late-night video conferences. She began going to gym at odd hours, 5 a.m. some days, 10 p.m. others. "New trainer," she explained. "He's at a crazy schedule." Trevor, meanwhile, kept pushing for bigger investments. "We're on the verge of something huge, David. But we need to strike while the iron's hot. Can you liquidate some of your personal assets? Just temporarily. The returns will be massive." Something in my gut whispered warnings I couldn't quite articulate. But these were the two people I trusted most in the world, my wife and my best friend. I pushed the doubts down and wrote the checks. Then came the spa weekend. Amanda announced she needed a girls' retreat with her mom and sister to reconnect. 3 days in Napa Valley. "You don't mind, you baby?" She kissed my cheek, already packing her bag. I didn't mind. I trusted her. That trust was about to cost me everything. It was a Tuesday evening, 3 weeks after Nicole had vanished from our lives, when my phone rang with an unknown number. I almost didn't answer. I was in my home office, reviewing contracts Trevor had sent over, another expansion opportunity that required my signature and more capital. But something made me pick up. "Hello," sobbing. Deep, wrenching sob that made my chest tighten. "David, oh God, David, I'm so sorry." "Nicole." I sat up straight. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" No, I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for months." Her voice cracked. "I can't do this anymore. I can't keep lying for her. You deserve to know the truth." My blood turned to ice. "What are you talking about?" "Amanda." She could barely get the words out between sobs. "She's been having an affair for 6 months. All those nights she said she was with me, she wasn't. All those spa weekends, those conferences, those early morning gym sessions, David, she was with him." The room started spinning. I gripped the edge of my desk. "Who?" Nicole went silent for a long moment. When she spoke again, her voice was barely a whisper. "Trevor." The word hit me like a physical blow. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't process what she was saying. That's not possible. Trevor is my partner. He's been my friend since. I've seen them together, David. I've covered for her so many times I lost count. She'd tell you she was with me, and I'd confirm it if you asked. But she was in hotel rooms with him, in his apartment. Once they were together in your own guest house while you were away on that Denver trip. I thought I might vomit. Why? Why would you help her do this to me? Because she's my best friend, was my best friend. She made me believe you two had problems, that you were emotionally distant, that she was unhappy. She painted herself as a victim. And Nicole's voice broke again. I was stupid. I believed her. But then I saw them together at a restaurant 2 weeks ago. The way they were touching each other, kissing. David, they weren't just having an affair. They were in love, planning a future. What do you mean, planning a future? Nicole hesitated. You need to look at your business accounts. Trevor has been talking to Amanda about how to restructure the company, about pushing you out. She knows your passwords, doesn't she? She has access to your files. My mind raced back over the past months. The investment opportunities Trevor kept pushing. The times I'd found my laptop open when I was sure I'd closed it. Amanda's sudden interest in my business dealings, asking detailed questions about cash flow and assets. Oh my God, I whispered. I disappeared because I couldn't watch it anymore, Nicole said. I couldn't keep betraying you, but I was scared to tell you. Amanda can be vindictive, but I can't live with this anymore. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. Every moment of the past 6 months replayed in my mind with new, sickening clarity. By dawn, I'd made a decision. If Nicole was right, if Amanda and Trevor were truly conspiring against me, I needed proof before making any moves. I needed to be smart, calculated, and above all, invisible. I called in sick to the office for the first time in 3 years. Amanda seemed surprised but pleased. You never take time for yourself, baby. This is good. She kissed my forehead. I have a few client meetings today, so I'll be out most of the afternoon. Client meetings. Right. The moment her car pulled out of the driveway, I went to work. Her laptop was password protected, but she'd never changed it from our anniversary date, a detail that now felt painfully ironic. I opened it with shaking hands. What I found made my stomach turn. Months of text messages synced to her computer. Trevor's name appeared thousands of times, but he was saved under Melissa Yoga. Messages that started professional enough, discussing my schedule, my habits, my finances, gradually becoming explicit. Intimate photos. Videos I couldn't bring myself to watch completely. But worse than the affair itself was the planning. In a folder labeled Future Plans, I found documents outlining a scheme to systematically drain our business accounts. Trevor had been directing company funds into shell corporations, inflating expenses, creating fake vendor payments. My investments, the ones Trevor had convinced me to make, were funding accounts only he could access. There were emails to lawyers about dissolving business partnerships, discussions about how to prove me incompetent or negligent in managing company affairs. Amanda had been documenting every argument we'd had, every time I'd forgotten an anniversary or worked late, building a narrative of an absent, neglectful husband. They'd even discussed the timeline. 6 more months of extracting money. Then Trevor would buy me out at a fraction of what the company was worth. Amanda would file for divorce, claiming emotional abandonment. She'd walk away with half of everything I thought I owned, while Trevor would control a business I'd built with my own hands. I photographed everything, every message, every document, every intimate photo. I forwarded emails to a private account they couldn't access. I downloaded videos to an encrypted drive. Then I did something that surprised even myself. I installed monitoring software on Amanda's phone when she left it charging in the bedroom. Nothing illegal, just legitimate parental control software that she'd never notice. Now I could see every text, every call, every location in real time. That evening, Amanda came home glowing. How are you feeling, honey? Better? Much better, I lied, kissing her cheek while my stomach churned. Actually, I was thinking maybe we should plan a special trip. Just the two of us. Reconnect. Her eyes widened slightly. Was that guilt? Panic? But she recovered quickly, smiling. That sounds wonderful. Let me check my schedule. Your schedule with Trevor? You mean I thought... But I just smiled back and started planning my next move. 2 weeks later, I had everything I needed. Bank records showing Trevor's embezzlement. Screenshot of Amanda coordinating alibis with Nicole before she'd backed out. Location data proving Amanda had been at Trevor's apartment during her supposed client meetings. Even a recording from my home security camera, which they didn't know uploaded to cloud, showing them together in our guest house, intimate and laughing about how clueless I was. He actually thanked me for introducing you two as business partners. Amanda's voice on the recording said, before Trevor kissed her deeply. He has no idea his whole life is about to implode. Their laughter echoed in my ears for days, but I didn't confront them. Not yet. Instead, I made careful, calculated moves. First, I met with Thomas Brighton, the most ruthless divorce attorney in the state. I showed him everything. His eyes widened as he reviewed the evidence. Mr. Mitchell, this is comprehensive. Your wife won't get a penny beyond what the law absolutely requires. In fact, given the evidence of her facilitating embezzlement from your business, she might face criminal charges. Good, I said coldly. Next, I hired a forensic accountant who specialized in corporate fraud. Within a week, she traced Trevor's shell companies and documented systematic theft totaling over $800,000, money he'd extracted from our business, using my investments as cover. I met with the company's board of directors. 3 outside investors Trevor thought were just silent partners who rubber-stamped decisions. I showed them the evidence of Trevor's fraud. Their fury was immediate and gratifying. We'll support removing him completely, the senior board member said. But we need to catch him in the act. Make it impossible for him to claim ignorance. So we set a trap. I approached Trevor with enthusiasm I didn't feel. I've been thinking about that Portland expansion you mentioned. You're right. We should move aggressively. I'm ready to invest another $300,000. Let's finalize the details next Friday. I want Amanda there too, since it's a big financial decision. She deserves to be part of this. Trevor's eyes lit up, probably calculating how much he could skim from that investment. Absolutely. Friday works perfectly. Let's meet at the office, say 6 p.m., after everyone else has gone home, so we can focus. Perfect, I said, shaking his hand and wanted to break every finger. At home, I was the perfect husband. Attentive, loving, affectionate. Amanda seemed relieved, even happy. She probably thought her plan was working flawlessly. On Thursday night, she curled up next to me on the couch. I love you, David. You know that, right? I looked into her eyes I'd once trusted completely, and saw only a stranger, a beautiful, calculating stranger who'd share my bed while planning my destruction. I know, I said softly, stroking her hair. I love you too. One more day of lies before everything came crashing down. Friday arrived cold and clear. I drove to the office with Amanda, making small talk about weekend plans she'd never get to make. She wore the blue dress I'd always loved. Was that calculation too? One final manipulation? Trevor was already there when we arrived, confident and smiling. The conference room was set up with contracts, projection screens, impressive presentations about the Portland opportunity. All theater, all lies. David, Amanda, come in. Trevor hugged us both. I felt Amanda tense slightly when he touched her. Did she suspect something? We sat. Trevor launched into his presentation. Amanda played the supportive wife, asking intelligent questions, smiling at appropriate moments. I waited. At exactly 6:30 p.m., the conference room door opened. Thomas Brighton entered first, followed by 2 police detectives, the forensic accountant, and all 3 board members. The color drained from Trevor's face. Amanda's hand flew to her mouth. What's going on? Trevor stammered. Trevor Hastings, one detective said, you're under arrest for embezzlement, fraud, and corporate theft. You have the right to remain silent. As the detective read Trevor's rights, I finally spoke. My voice was calm, cold, controlled. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? I looked at Trevor, then at Amanda. Did you think I was that stupid? That blind? David, I don't know what you think. Amanda started. Stop. I cut her off. I know everything. Every hotel room. Every lie. Every dollar you helped him steal. Nicole told me 3 weeks ago, and I've spent that time documenting every single thing you've done. I nodded to Thomas, who opened a laptop and began playing video clips. Amanda and Trevor at his apartment. Text messages planning my financial destruction. Audio recordings of them laughing about my stupidity. Amanda's face crumbled. Trevor looked like he might pass out. The business is mine, I continued. The board has voted unanimously to remove you, Trevor. The forensic audit shows you've stolen $847,000, which you'll be repaying, probably from prison. Amanda, you'll be served with divorce papers tomorrow. Given your role in facilitating Trevor's fraud and your own adultery, you'll be entitled to almost nothing. The prenup we signed, remember that? The one your attorney looked at? It has an infidelity clause. You get $50,000 and whatever personal items you brought into the marriage. That's it. David, please. Amanda was crying now, reaching for me. I stepped back. Don't touch me. Don't speak to me. You destroyed 7 years of marriage for what? Money? Him. I gestured at Trevor, who was being handcuffed. Was it worth it? As the police led Trevor away and Amanda collapsed into a chair, sobbing, I felt nothing. No satisfaction. No victory. Just a cold, hollow emptiness where love and trust used to live. I walked out of that office and never looked back. Sometimes the only way to win is to stop playing their game entirely. The end.